Hey guys, welcome back to Rabbit Hole Rocks. Today we're going to dive right into part 3 of Nichol Kessinger's cringy police interview. There is a lot packed into this hour-long video. We're going to see Nichol Kessinger start with her trying to sell her personal trainer services to the investigator. It's just going to unravel from there. And then we're going to see Nichol Kessinger dodge all of the questions that she does not want to answer. And then we're going to catch her in other lies. For example, her saying that she didn't tell any of her friends that she was in a relationship with Chris. We're going to see tons of evidence in this video. And lastly, perhaps the most cringy part of this entire video is going to be her Oscar-worthy performance. We are going to see Nichol Kessinger's attempt at becoming the next Meryl Streep. So stay till the end so that you can see how this interview quickly unravels and goes downhill. Without further ado, let's go ahead and just dive right in.
So I was like, whoa, like maybe you're not eating enough macronutrients. So let me look at them. So he had been working on his MyFitnessPal app, online programming, like all stuff he eats. And I just started going through them, and I was like trying to figure out like where his ratios were. And we actually spent a lot of time doing that because he had asked me to do it for him. Because I just was at the point where I was like, if his weight loss slows down in a few weeks, he'll be fine. And if it doesn't, then his macros are a little off. It's not like that big of a deal, like in the workout community. This is like a very normal thing, but I
Does
just...
any other outside concerns, like potential drug use?
Yeah, the investigator had to stop her because I guess he realized, like, okay, can you shut up? You're just saying things that I don't care about right now. He's just losing so much weight, and, you know, if he does lose more weight... So the investigator had to step in and say, like, hey, okay, I get it, okay? I get it. Was he on drugs? Was there anything concerning about this whole conversation that you supposedly had with him at the Lazy Dog? Did any of it stand out to you? Because, again, what we're seeing Nichol do here is ramble on and on about things that are not relevant and leaving out the things that the investigator wants to hear. Things that are concerning Nichol. Again, common sense. What about any of those conversations stood out? Is there anything that was a little suspicious? Did he say something that made you kind of think back and say, huh, that was kind of weird? That is what the investigator is trying to get at. Nichol is avoiding those questions. She rambles on about the fitness app and the fact that men lose weight and that, oh, he's gonna end up losing more and more weight. And oh, he's so fit. None of those matter. This does not matter. It's not relevant to what he's asking you. So here we see the investigator step in and be like, yo, I'm not asking you that, lady. Is there something concerning that stood out? That's what I want to know. Was there something concerning? I get really frustrated because who does she think she's talking to? Does she really think these investigators are stupid? Let's continue.
That led you to go, oh, he's lost an extreme amount of weight in such a short period of time?
No, and I wouldn't call it extreme. It was just like, it was a lot. But I mean, when I first started working out, I dropped like 12 pounds in 2 weeks when I first started like hitting it hard with the diet. So the fact that he lost like that much weight, it wasn't, like I said, it was not a surprising amount. I just didn't want it to be like a sustained amount. But no, I didn't think anything weird of it just because of like how knitted I am with the like workout community, and I know like this is possible. But it just, the thing that concerned me about it, I guess, and it wasn't even concerned, but the thing that like kind of red lighted me like, hey, this might be carrying on, is the fact that his macros were like pretty dialed in. Like I had wrote them and he like didn't stay exactly on them, but his calorie intake was about where it needed to be. My experience anyways for like what he was trying to achieve. And so I don't know, he didn't seem to have a problem with it. He liked where he was at with all of that.
So that was your main cover.
Oh, wow. Oh my. This, again, it seems less like an interview or an interrogation into a quadruple homicide, and it seems more like a personal trainer who is sitting down with a potential client and trying to sell him on this diet plan that she has for him. The macros and the BMIs and the macros were so dialed in. His calorie intake, perfect. Dialed in. At that rate, he would have lost maybe another 5 pounds in 2 months. BMI, flawless. What is this? What am I watching here? Okay, I am watching the same video, right? Okay, it is the same video. Yes, I'm on Crime Talk YouTube channel, and I'm watching the video of Nichol K interview. So this is not a commercial for 24-hour fitness, correct? I just want to make sure, because sometimes, I don't know, maybe when I'm so tired, I'm so hungry, I'll click something else and I'll start watching a 24-hour fitness commercial of somebody trying to sell me some diet plan or some kind of workout plan. I had to double check because that's literally what it sounds like. Let's continue.
Conversation Saturday.
That was like a big chunk while we were there, is like us actually going through, because I was like going through each item, like, why are your ratios off?
Do you know where his kids or wife were?
Oh my God. Okay, she continues. Why are your ratios off? Your macros, good. Ratio, off. Calorie intake, How much are you getting from asparagus, though? And then the investigator has to stop her. Okay, I get it. Okay, awesome. You are great at following macros and micros and BMIs and water intake and all of that stuff. Great for you. Do you know where his family was in this point in time? I'm pretty sure if he wants advice, he'll contact you, Nichol. If he wants to know how to get his macros lined up and perfect, squared away, I'm pretty sure he'll contact you. But he doesn't want to know that right now. What he wants to know is, did he tell you something concerning? And at this point, do you know where his family was? Let's continue.
That night?
On Saturday?
Yeah, his kids. Well, you know his kids are with the babysitter. Do you know where his wife is?
She's in Arizona.
Okay, how do you know that?
Because he told me.
Okay. Do you know what she's doing there?
I think she's on a business trip. He didn't even tell me right away. He actually told me, I think, like on Saturday or something. It might have been like Friday or something.
Where was Shanann? Oh, Arizona, because he told me. I mean, he didn't even tell me like right away. He didn't tell me right away, but notice how every time that she gets asked a very specific question about either the kids or Shanann, that is when she does all this other extra stuff. Like, well, he told me. Let's continue.
I honestly don't remember. I just remember I was like really surprised where he's like, hey, like, I'm going to try to get a babysitter if you want to hang out or something like that. And I was like, why do you need a babysitter? Your wife's home. Because I didn't know she's out of town. Oh,
okay. Is there much conversation regarding that?
I don't buy that part. That actually was bullshit. 100% bullshit. I think she actually made that up right on the spot. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he told me that, oh, I need a babysitter. Oh, why do you need a babysitter? Oh, it's because Shanann is out of town. Oh, okay. Oh, that's how I found out that she was out of town. No, it wasn't the fact that I was stalking Shanann's Facebook page. It wasn't the fact that I was obsessed with his family and that I was obsessed with Chris and that I wanted him all to myself and that I knew every single time that Shanann was out of town so that I can be with him. No, it wasn't that. No. It's because he told me. He just kind of like brought it up casually when he told me that there was nobody to babysit the girls. I don't know. Shanann is out of town. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Bullshit. Do we actually believe this? Please drop it in the comments, guys. Let me know if you actually believe any of the stuff that she's saying, because I don't. I've been around for quite a while now. I wasn't born last night. And this is something that people do when they lie. More specifically, I grew up in a household of liars. I grew up with a narcissistic mother who lied constantly over dumb things. Literally things that she didn't even have to lie about, but she lied. And this is the way that she lied. Let's continue.
Her on being on a trip, or the children on during this conversation?
Not really. I just asked him what time she was coming home on Sunday, and he just said really late.
Okay.
And that was it. I mean, there's nothing really to talk about with that.
So your conversations mainly health related.
Mm-hmm.
You guys returned to your...
All of your conversations so far, the ones that she remembers, all of them are revolving around fitness and health. The app, the BMIs, the macros, the asparagus intake, the carrots. Bullshit. This is crap. All of this, garbage. None of it is believable. I do not believe that all they ever talked about was fitness and health. I mean, come on. Come on. No, she did not. They did not just talk about fitness and health. Are you serious? Who actually believes this? in my opinion, it looks like the dad is not believing a single word, but he's there because he wants to make sure that his daughter does not incriminate herself. Let's continue.
Your house, and then he goes home, and then you talk to him for a few hours on Sunday.
Did I? Are you asking me or are you
I'm
telling
asking
me?
you.
Oh, I was like, I don't even know. Someday, honestly, so wait a minute. That was Saturday. We're talking about Saturday. We're not talking about Sunday, right?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and rewind that again because she had to do that thing where, like, wait, are you telling me or are you asking me? Because again, she got caught off guard and the investigator is letting her know, like, hey, I know things that you probably didn't think that I knew, but here you go. I'm letting you know. So she's like, oh shit. All right, let's go ahead and play it again.
Is there much conversation regarding that, her on being on a trip, or the children on during those conversations?
Not really. I just asked him what time she was coming home on Sunday. He just said really late.
Okay.
And that was it. I mean, there's nothing really to talk about with that.
So your conversations mainly.
She said that when she supposedly said that Chris told her that Shanann was coming home really late. And then she says, yeah, that was it. There's nothing else I can say about that. I wonder what would make her say something like that, other than maybe she knew exactly the time that Shanann was arriving home, because there was a whole string of events that were supposed to happen after. And so she's over here saying, you know what, he told me that she was coming home late, but that's about it. Like, that's it. That's all I have to say about that, because there's nothing else important to say about it, because that's all I know. Do we really believe that she didn't know what time Shanann was arriving? Do we? I don't. Let's continue.
Health related.
Mm-hmm.
You guys return to your house, and then he goes home, and then you talk to him for a few hours on Sunday.
Did I? Are you asking me or are you
I'm
telling
asking
me?
you.
Oh, I was like, I don't even know. Someday, honestly, so wait a minute. That was Saturday. We're talking about Saturday. We're not talking about Sunday.
Okay, so you're still on Saturday.
Yes.
You guys have a phone conversation when he gets home?
That was the day that he got the babysitter and I went out to dinner, not Sunday.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I just want to make sure
That's
you
okay.
got your
Yep.
dates right. So Saturday, yes, we went out. He had the babysitter. He went home. I'm sure we did. We always talk on the phone. And honestly, I mean, Mark asked me that the other day. He's like, how long are you on the phone? 15 minutes, 20 minutes? Like, you're going to have to look at the records, to be honest with you. Like, so much.
You like to talk. I can tell a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
400 when she was young. She'd crank out about 400 words a minute. Gusts up to 600. Oh, maniac, man.
You're a talker, so I'm letting you talk.
Use the restroom.
Make sure you worry, Steph.
I love that the investigator is letting her know, like, you talk a lot. You say a lot and you say nothing. So he's letting her know, like, hey, I know that you talk a lot and you had this conversation with Chris, and it was a conversation that was 111 minutes long. So he's letting her know, like, hey, we do know that you talk a lot. So if you try to tell us, like, we only spoke for like 8 minutes or like 2 minutes, it's almost like he's indirectly letting her know, like, hey, we know your conversations go on for a long time. So make sure that whatever you're about to say next is accurate to our phone records, that it's accurate to what we have, to the evidence that we have, because we know that you like to talk a lot. And she's over here like, oh, yes. And of course, her dad interjects and he's like, oh, yeah, like, she used to say 600 words a minute. Like, we're over here talking about her getting some kind of trophy or something for being like America's longest talker. This is an investigation. And the way that this is happening right now is just so not normal. For any other case, I've never seen a case like this where there's banter between the dad, a person of interest, and an investigator. When they're all just like, ha 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 ha, oh my God, yes, she talks so much. Oh my God, daddy, don't embarrass me like that. This is really, really out of the norm. This is not normal whatsoever. But let's continue. The dad is about to go to the bathroom, and here she is like, holy shit, my dad's about to leave me. And this is when the investigator decides to push.
Can you get some water while you're out there when she tastes? Thank you.
Let's
At least one.
let's move to Sunday. Well, let me reverse something.
Let's move to Sunday. Okay.
Your conversation with the children or about the children, was there ever talk about medical concerns with either of the children?
Well, I know Cece is allergic to not peanuts, like pine nuts. Pine nuts.
So she has a nut allergy.
Yes.
Did they take meds?
Yeah, I know that she had like an EpiPen, but as far as I know, she didn't have any meds, but I never asked. Like, I was just told, like, she has a pretty severe allergy. And
Enough to carry an EpiPen, that's pretty severe.
yeah, while we're on this, so when he was in North Carolina, this is all like hearsay now because it's like, this is not a conversation. Like, he's telling me this stuff, but who knows exactly what happened. But he went out there to go see his family and her family. And while he was in town, before he went out to North Carolina, I guess his mother had accidentally, like, not exposed her to something with nuts, but had, like, given a product, I think it was like ice cream, to a different kid that could have traces of nuts or something. I don't know. But it was like, his daughter was fine, but she was, like, in the range of contamination. And I think his wife was very upset about that. And when he got to North Carolina, he told me that he was supposed to spend like half the time with them, half the time with her family, and that was supposed to be what it was. I don't know. But he said that he went to go see his family and they weren't answering the phone for like a day or two before he went out there. And then when he got there was a note on the door that said, son, if you step by, we're at the beach. And they ignored him for like most of the time that he was out there. And
His own family?
yes, his mom, his dad, his sister.
What's the significance? Do you know why?
Yeah, he said, and again, I don't know what is true with this man anymore and what's not, but he told me that, like,
I don't know what's true with this man anymore or what's not. She knows a lot about this event. Of course she would, because she was all up in that, and she was all up wanting to know what Shanann and the kids were doing so that she can just continue to push Chris to leave. So of course she knows. She's saying she knows this, but then I don't know, I don't know, was it like a peanut? Maybe, I don't know. Let me try to remember. Was it an exposure? I don't know if it was like an exposure, but she may have given her peanuts. I don't really know if they were peanuts or not. They might have been cashews. I don't really know, but it was something. And then Chris told her everything that happened. But again, she's downplaying it. She continues to downplay how much knowledge she actually has about certain events. The only reason I can think of is because it can give the impression that she knows too much about this, but not enough about that. And then again, she wants to be credible because she wants to make it seem like, yeah, they did talk about other things other than fitness and health. So she wants credibility, but then again, not giving enough or too much detail to where she knows way more than she's leading on to know. Let's continue.
Leading up to it, I was like, well, why are your folks like ignoring you? And I was like really concerned about this. Like every single day he would talk to me when he was out there, and I was like, you talked to your family today? You talked to your family today? Did you talk to your dad? What happened? Did you talk to him? No, I didn't. Or, yeah, I talked to my mom. Well, what'd she say? Are you going to hang out with him? Like, I wanted him to see his people because it's important. Family is an important thing. You know, it just needs to function properly. And,
Sure.
And so I was like, well, and he was like, well, they're ignoring me. And I was like, what do you think happened? And he was like, I'm not really sure, but I think something was said between my wife and them during that incident. And he's like, because every time, yes, that happened before he got there, yes. And he's like, because every time that I try to, I talk about possibly going over there to see if they're home, she gets upset about it. And I was like, okay. And he told me that his mom and his wife did not get along at all. He said that his mom didn't even show up to his wedding because she's like really did not care for Shanann. So again, I don't know what's true and what's not, but I just know that there was like some tension there.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like that part is like, I feel like it's almost third party. So that's why I said it didn't.
Well, but it came from him to you, so it's not. It is something that whether it's important or not, we can validate that. I'm sure we will be having some conversations with family. You know, what does it mean? I don't know. But
Yeah, I don't know either, but I just know.
so maybe I don't know.
Well, and then he ended up seeing them on the last like full day that he was there, and they told him supposedly that she had gotten really upset and then screamed and yelled in front of Chris's sister's kids that are very young, and to his mom and to his dad, and said like, "You're never going to see Chris again. You're never going to see me. You're never going to see the babies," and just like threatened them, and then like walked off. And I guess that was the incident that happened prior to him coming out there, and then she didn't tell him about it. She just like let it go, and then he just spent all week trying to figure out why his family was like not trying to be involved. So again, I'm not sure. That was like it just feels really third party, so it's hard for me to like talk about because I don't know how much validation.
I don't really know. It's third party, so I don't really know. I don't really know. So she's claiming here that Chris supposedly told Nichol that Shanann didn't mention the peanut incident. We know that Shanann let Chris know. It was this whole thing. It kind of blew up finally where Chris's mom didn't believe that either Bella or Cece were allergic to peanuts, and so she gave them peanuts or she put peanuts out, and that obviously upset Shanann because they are very allergic, so much that they need EpiPens. But the mom didn't believe it, and so she goes and she puts stuff out for the girls to eat, and Shanann gets upset. And she immediately goes to Chris and lets him know, hey, this is what happened. This is what your mom did. And of course, Shanann expected Chris to say something to his family. Rightfully so. If your mother-in-law is putting your kids in danger by feeding them things that could give them an allergic reaction, then yes, you're gonna tell your husband and ask him to please talk to his parents. Like, hey, please talk to my in-laws because what they're doing is not acceptable. And we do know that Shanann went to Chris and told him about this. Nichol is claiming that Chris told her, oh, I had no idea. Shanann didn't even tell me what happened, so my parents were just ignoring me the entire trip. And supposedly Chris had to figure out why his parents were ignoring him because no one told him about the allergy incident. This is not believable. It's not believable because we know that Chris tells her a lot of things. So I don't believe that Chris kept that low key, that he didn't tell her about that. And so she's over here kind of wondering like, oh, I don't know. Like he told me that his parents were ignoring him, but I don't really know why. He had to figure it out on his own because Shanann didn't tell him about the incident. It just seems like bogus. All of this seems, again, it's bullshit. I don't believe it. Let's continue.
Beyond the nut allergy for CC, did you know of any other? Does she take meds that you know of other than carrying an EpiPen?
His kids or his wife?
I mean, his children.
Yep.
And now, well, if you know anything about his wife's medical conditions, if she had any.
No, I've like read in the newspaper they keep saying, oh, she had medical conditions, and I'm like, is that a misprint? Are they talking about Cece, or is that just something else I don't know?
So you don't know anything about Shanann having any kind of medical problems?
No.
It was Saturday. So there's a phone call Saturday night, actually.
Okay, she did the whole thing in her mouth again. She's claiming not to know that Shanann had other medical issues. And then she says, is that a misprint? I think I read it in the newspaper, but I thought it was a misprint. Did they actually mean Cece? I just thought it was a misprint. Come on, really? And then she does the whole mouth thing again where she's trying to remove something from her teeth right when she's asked this very specific question. Did you know that Shanann had other medical conditions? And she goes, no, I didn't know. I wonder why she would do that. I really do. Speculation, of course. These are all my theories. But I wonder if someone would pretend not to know about their medical conditions because they don't want to be implicated in other things. So, for example, I can only imagine her pretending not to know because if you want to be with this man and you know that this family has medical issues, you might want to do things to them or give them or feed them things that would then exacerbate that medical issue. We know that Chris gave Shanann some Oxycontin in hopes that she would miscarry. Who knows? Could Nichol have been looking up other things that Chris could have possibly done to Shanann or given her to eat or to do that could have exacerbated any medical condition to kind of make it look like an accident or it was health related or she passed away because she had an allergic reaction. And so when I see this, I can only imagine that that can be the only reason why someone would pretend not to know that Shanann had medical conditions. Because if she says, oh, I didn't know that Shanann had medical conditions, then it would take the suspicion away from her in maybe giving Chris ideas on things that he could give to Shanann so that she could get sick. What do you guys think? This is what I am seeing. And this is the vibe that I'm getting from someone who keeps shoving her fingers in her mouth every time that she gets asked very specific questions that could be very incriminating. And she's like, yeah, no, I had no idea. No clue that Shanann had other medical issues. I thought it was a misprint. I don't buy it. Let's continue.
From can't be Saturday. It had to be Sunday. Sunday night. Is there anything else you think? Let me just back up from the Saturday where you guys had a meal at the Lazy Dog to prior for the 6 weeks that you guys were serious. And although your dad's here, and I think you're probably pretty comfortable, your relationship with Chris was. Can you describe your relationship?
I mean, when he was with me, I considered it to be fairly healthy. It was open communication. And it was what I thought was honest. And it was very calm. It was respectful. We got along really well. He gave me my space when I needed it. I gave him his. And anytime, like, he wanted to take care of it, like, anytime that his kids could be in, like, his life for hours or days or whatever, whenever they were home, I made sure that I wasn't a presence in his life so that he could be the best dad that he needed to be.
Says the lady who kept sending him all kinds of pictures while he was with his family. Yeah, Chris kept hiding all of these pictures in that calculator app. So again, the fact that she's saying, oh, I respected his time with his family every time he was at home with his kids, I just gave him space. Again, says the lady who was constantly blowing up his phone and sending nudes and sending all kinds of pictures and reminding him, I'm here. Yeah, hang out with your family, but also don't forget about me though. BS. BS. I don't believe it, not for a second. Not for a second. Let's continue.
And I mean, I thought what we had, it was very comfortable for me. I enjoyed it. I think he did very much as well.
You guys, 6, 8 weeks, 2 months, whatever it was, you guys had an intimate relationship during that time.
Yes.
Okay. So you're pretty serious. Did he ever tell you that he loved you?
Yes, he did.
Did you ever tell him the same?
A couple times.
No. Was that?
She's contradicting herself again. Up until this point, she's been saying, I've been trying to take it slow. I wasn't really that interested. I was the one telling him to fix his marriage with his wife. I was the one telling him this, that, and the other thing. The investigator is asking her, did Chris tell you that he loved you? Yes. Did you reciprocate? Yes. She knows this man or has been dating him for 2 months, and she's telling him that she loves him. But then she's also saying, oh, I want you to fix your marriage with your wife. And, oh, I want you to, give yourself space. And I want you to, move in with your kids and get an apartment on your own. And let's take this slow. But also, I love you. And also, let me look up wedding dresses. And also, let me look up, will my man marry his mistress? contradictions all throughout this entire interview. She constantly contradicts herself. Let's continue.
And not today, because those thoughts may have changed for you, but on, let's go Sunday into Monday or Monday, did you still love him on those days?
I think it was something where it was like I said it a few times and I meant it, but he definitely felt the urge to say it to me a lot more than I did to him, because it was just all very new to me. And I was like, take your time with this. Like, you don't need to like rush that, you know? Like, I remember when he was in North Carolina and he was like trying to patch things up with his wife and he told me he loved me, and I was like, don't say that to me. Like, please go try to, and I mean, and that might even be in the text too, where it's like, don't say those words to me and then go try to make peace with your wife and lay in bed with another woman. Like, just don't do that. And I was like, it's not that I don't appreciate what you're saying to me. It's like, it just didn't sit right for me, you know? So I just feel like,
Almost like an insecurity where you had to say that to you?
I don't know. I think he like, looking back at all this now, I don't think he was trying to fix things with her. So saying "I love you" to me seemed like probably something that he genuinely meant. Like,
Oh my God. She really just said, looking back at it now, yeah, I don't think he was trying to fix his marriage with his wife. Are you serious? She really said that. No, I don't think he was actually trying to fix his marriage. Yeah, no shit. He was not trying to fix his marriage with his wife. The fact that she's trying to convince this investigator that, now looking back, yeah, I don't think he was trying to fix his marriage with his wife. He murdered his family, Nichol. Looking back, you don't think he wanted to fix his marriage with his wife? Are you serious right now? This is insane. This is insane to me. He murdered his entire family to be with you, Nichol. Do you really have to think back? Oh, in retrospect, he probably wasn't trying to fix his marriage with his wife. No, he wasn't. That's why he murdered his family for you, to be with you. Okay. All right, let me get my bearings and let's continue.
I love this woman, and regardless of where he was going to end up that night. But to me, in the way that I was perceiving things, he had told me that he was trying to fix things with her. So it's just like, this is an inappropriate time. And I wasn't mad at him. And I'm pretty sure that's in the text too, where it was very like calm, but it's just like, it's almost disrespectful, where it's like, please don't. I'm like, if we get to that point where it is you and me, like, yes, you can say that, but don't, not that. Like, that's.
So you thought he was very genuine when he said that?
I did. I mean, and he wrote it. It's in all those cards I gave you. Not in all of them, but like the later one.
And
Thanks, John.
when you said it to him, you said you meant it when you said it.
Yes, I just didn't say it frequent as he said it. Like, sometimes he would say it, and I was just like, for me, it was still like very, very new. So I kind of like took my time and only said it when I was just like, this is a really important moment.
So in the short period of time that you guys were together, he became very attached to you.
Yes. Very, very
he's
attached.
sending cards,
Flowers.
He's telling you he loves you. He sends you flowers. Does he buy you any other gifts?
I wouldn't have wanted them anyway. So flowers is enough. I don't need expensive stuff.
Okay. But he becomes very attached.
Yes.
You guys are talking multiple times a day, at least. You're
all the time.
You're seeing each other on a regular basis.
Yep.
So it's a very and his wife is not around, nor are his children. So there's a lot of time for you guys to build your relationship in this first four weeks or so. Is that fair?
Yeah, and even when she was back, I mean, it was still like we were still spending time together. He was still spending time with his children, and I had my own life. Like, I mean, there was 1 week where I just like went out of town with my friends for my birthday. I wasn't even around the whole like last few days of June up until the 3rd of July. I was like gone, and then there was another like last weekend I had a friend impromptu come in town from out of state, and I hosted her for a few days, and it's like I still did my own thing all the time. Like, whether he was there or not, like, if my friends were like, hey, we want to make plans, I would tell them, like, we're not hanging out today because I want to go see my mom or my dad.
Did your friends know about him?
Nope.
Why?
Did your friends know about him? Nope. Okay. What are these text messages then? Her friends knew because her friends are literally telling her, yeah, cute guy or whatever, very handsome, but that's the whole package, man. And we see in the text messages that she was asking her friend to keep it a secret. Why was she asking to keep it a secret? If she believed that the separation was mutual and that they were nearing the end of the separation and going into a divorce, why is she asking her friend to keep it a secret? Oh, I found this guy and he's so great, but he's all about his kids. And, every man that I meet these days are either have kids or they have commitment issues or they have other BS going on like Sean. Sean, I'm assuming, is her ex. So this was another lie. Again, she's lying to investigators, which is insane to me that they didn't charge her with anything. Because lying to the police is a crime. And she literally just said, no, none of my friends knew. But we're seeing the text messages. They're there. They're black and white. Text messages, phone records do not lie. People do. And so that's what she's doing here. She's lying. She's lying. She didn't tell any of her friends. Oh, come on. Yes, you did. And you asked them to keep it a secret because you didn't want anybody to know that you're dating a married man and that he's all into you and you're into him, but he comes with baggage, is what her friend was telling her. Let's continue.
Because it's like he's with 2 women right now. They don't need to know that.
So if you had a boyfriend of 4 to 8 weeks on a...
Because he's with 2 women right now. They don't need to know about that. Okay, so which is it, Nicole? Is he divorcing his wife? Or is he with 2 women at the same time? She contradicts herself the entire time. This is letting us know that, yes, she knew the entire time that Chris was still very, very married and that Shanann was very, still very married and wanted to work on the marriage. At no point did Nicole actually believe that the separation was mutual, even though she's been saying it over and over again, repeating it, hoping that if she repeats it enough times that maybe it'll stick or maybe people will start to believe her. But in reality, she's over here saying the complete opposite now. Saying, I didn't tell any of my friends because I didn't want them to know that he was with 2 women at the same time. Again, if your boyfriend is getting separated and it's mutual, why would you have to lie about it? Why would you have to keep that a secret? There's no other reason other than she's lying. Let's continue.
A regular... I don't know if you were married prior or if you had a boyfriend before, but if you had a steady boyfriend, you would have let people know. I think you told me before we got started that you just told your dad about Chris.
I wouldn't have told
Okay.
people. It's too early. I mean, people.
So you don't tell your friends, hey, I got a boyfriend.
People come and go. I mean,
Okay.
dating scene these days is like sucks. I mean, so no, I wouldn't. I mean, it would have to be something. Even with Sean, I think I was with Sean for probably like 6 or 7 months before I brought him home to my family. I mean, I really same with that was the guy I was in a previous relationship with, but
This one you were a little bit more. You said he's with 2 women. Was that one of your considerations for not telling anybody about him?
Yes. Well, I mean, it was like, okay, like this, to me, it wasn't going to be an extended thing. Like if it got to the point where we were like dating for like 3 or 4 months and he's still talking about, oh, I'm going to move out, I'm going to sell the house. I think at that point, I probably would have just been like, I don't think you're really like doing these things you say you're going to do. And I probably would have just like left because at that point, it's not fair. It wasn't fair to me in the first place. It wasn't fair to her in the first place. It wasn't fair to any of us in the first place. You know, it wasn't fair to his family for him to have an affair. It wasn't fair to me to have him lie to me and make me think that everything is going to plan. And still to this day, I don't even know what's a lie and what's not. I don't even know if they were like filing for divorce. I don't know if they were putting the house up. I don't even know anymore what is real and what is not. But what I do know is it's just like, that wasn't fair to me either, because if I'd have known not even all the truth, but like obviously some of it, I wouldn't have even engaged in any of this in the first place. And it just, I mean, and that's the part for me, just like on my personal level, outside of everything that is happening, that is gonna affect me long term. It's like, I'm gonna wake up every day and know that like this mom and her unborn child and these 2 little girls are not around anymore. And it breaks my heart. It is so. And then I have to think about like the consequences of his actions and how they affect everybody else. Like all of these, her family's impacted. My name is about to be like slandered for probably a while. I don't know how long that's going to take to heal, but I would not be surprised if it's going to be hard to go in public sometimes for a couple of years. And that really hurts me. I'm just like, this is a horrible, horrible thing. Like, how dare you, and people aren't going to understand that. They're going to say, oh, you're the woman that had an affair with this man who took out his whole family. And I take a step back and it's just like, I didn't know. Like, he's so disgusting. I'm so ashamed of him and everything. And all those little girls, they're so little.
We talked a little bit earlier about it.
Okay. That was a lot. That was quite the performance there. She rambled. She rambled and rambled and rambled, and then she talked about herself and how it's gonna affect me and my name is gonna get slandered for who knows how many years. It might be a couple of years since I come out of the caves. It's definitely more than a couple of years, Nicole. A couple means 2. This happened 7 years ago, and if you know anything about the case, Nicole had to change her name. She requested a name change and then disappeared off the face of the planet. She was very concerned about her name being slandered, and then she goes on about how, oh, Chris lied, and to this day, I don't know if they were actually getting divorced. I don't really know. Oh my God. And oh, those little girls. It's a lot going on here. It is a performance of a lifetime. None of it is believable because, again, terrible actress, D-list at the minimum. I just want to rewind it again because this is one of the cringiest parts of the entire interview. When you go on YouTube, you can see the most replayed here. This is a section that has the most replays, and then another one is here, where we have another performance going on. But before I end this video, I just want to go back and watch this piece again because it was a lot. She rambles and goes on and on and on and on and on, makes herself the victim and how she's gonna get slandered and oh, you're the lady who was going out with that guy who offed his whole family. Let's watch it again because my word, this is gross to watch. The performance is not believable for a second. It is really, really cringe. Let's watch it again.
6 or 7 months before I brought him home to my family. I mean, I really, that was the guy I was in a previous relationship with, but
this one, you were a little bit more, you said he's with 2 women. Was that one of your considerations for not telling anybody about him?
Yes. Well, I mean, it was like, okay, like this, to me, it wasn't going to be an extended thing. Like, if it got to the point where we were, like, dating for, like, 3 or 4 months and he's still talking about, oh, I'm going to move out, I'm going to sell the house, I think at that point I probably would have just been like, I don't think you're really, like, doing these things you say you're going to do. And I probably would have just, like, left because at that point, it's not fair. It wasn't fair to me in the first place. It wasn't fair to her in the...
Okay. So I get this part, right? There's some truth to this. I get the impression that, yeah, if somebody is lying to you and they're telling you, like, I'm married, I have a wife and kids, and I'm gonna leave them. And then it's 2 months, 3 months down the road, and he's still saying, yeah, I'm gonna move out. Just like, give me a second. Just give me a second. Just give me time. Be patient. And then it goes on, and 6 months, 7, 8 months later, he still hasn't moved out. Yeah, I get that, right? Like, this is what she's trying to convince the investigator of. Like, yeah, like, I didn't tell anybody because I didn't really know if he was serious about leaving his wife. It's just something that I was just kind of playing it by ear, right? That's what she's trying to say. It's something that was playing by ear. I don't know. He could have told me that he was leaving his wife, but then changed his mind, so that's why I didn't tell people. Sure, okay, we believe. Well, I don't believe that, right? Because we know that she's lying because she told her friends. But then she goes on and says, oh, it's just not fair. He was lying to me and he was having an affair and it just wasn't fair to me. It wasn't fair to her either, but it wasn't fair to me. And it's just not fair to all the people. And now she's going into it again. She starts rambling and rambling because the investigator asked her a very specific question. He said, okay, so you just said that the reason you didn't tell people that you were dating Chris is because he was with 2 women at the same time. What the investigator is trying to get at here is that she contradicted herself. Because again, she's been saying up until this point that the separation is mutual. So why would she have to hide it? Why would she have to hide it? But since she didn't answer that question, now she goes on to her rambling session. And let's watch it. Let's watch it again.
In the first place, it wasn't fair to any of us in the first place. It wasn't fair to his family for him to have an affair. It wasn't fair to me to have him lie to me and make me think that everything... It wasn't fair to me to have him lie to me.
Again, the pitch, that is very much an act. She knows that he wasn't lying to her. He was straight up and told her, yo, I'm married. Honestly, Chris didn't even have to tell her. She already knew because she was Googling them prior. She knew that this family existed because she was cyberstalking them. Let's continue.
Thing is going to plan, and still to this day, I don't even know what's a lie and what's not. I don't even know if they were filing for divorce. I don't know if they were putting the house up. I don't even know. I don't even know.
I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know. To this day, she has no idea if they were actually getting a divorce. Are you serious? This is August 16th. She knows that they've been murdered by now. And she knows what Shanann's Facebook feed is like. So the fact that she's claiming, I don't even know what the truth is anymore. I don't even know they're going to sell the house. I don't even know. That is a lie. Yeah, it's straight up lie. I don't even know. I don't even know. Let's continue.
Anymore. What is real and what is not. But what I do know is it's just that wasn't fair to me either, because if I'd have known not even all the truth, but obviously some of it, I wouldn't have even engaged in any of this in the first place. And it just, she honestly, in my opinion, she targeted him. She wanted him so badly. I don't know why. He's not even that handsome. Not only is he not handsome, but this man is quite literally the stupidest man alive.
Where'd you get that shirt?
Oh, this is, I think she got it off Amazon, but this is my favorite college sports team.
Wasn't she just there?
She was, just in North Carolina. Yep. So she actually probably got it from there. Usually she gets stuff from Amazon, but this one, I like these shirts a lot.
He's an idiot. I wonder what his IQ is. Because I'm willing to bet that his IQ is room temperature at best. He's not someone that screams intelligence. Look at how he went about murdering his family for a mistress. I mean, that's a stupid action in and of itself. You're pretty stupid if you're gonna murder your whole family to be with a mistress. Why not just get divorced? I mean, that tells you his cognitive levels here. Number 2, he murdered his family and then he disposes of them at his work site. Like an idiot. Who does that? And then he goes on national television and gives an interview where he doesn't even pretend to care. And then he sits in an interview room with 2 CBI agents and just lies and lies and thinks he's convincing. not attractive, and stupid. I just went off on a whole other rant here. I know it has nothing. I'm sorry, I just needed to get that out. I don't get it. I really don't get how she's just after this guy. There's so many fish in the sea, so many single men. It is insane, insane. This case is so hard. I still have a hard time wrapping my head around it because, again, who does that? Dude, get a divorce. 4 people died. For what? They didn't even get to live a single minute of their new life together, which is, honestly, if there's any joy to be taken out of this tragic case, is the fact that these two didn't get to spend a single second together after this happened. I have to breathe. I'm getting a little worked up here, but that's because I just can't. I just can't. Like, it is so unbelievable. It is so unbelievable what these two allegedly did. I say allegedly, we know what Chris did, but I still and will forever change my mind, but I will believe that Nichol, if she didn't either plan it with him, she knew it was going to happen and didn't say anything and was okay with it happening because it cleared the path for her to have that life. The evidence is out there for everybody to see, and we're watching it right here in color. We are seeing what she's doing, all of her movements, her body language, and her words are even just contradicting each other. We're seeing it right here. So anyway, let's continue.
That's the part for me, just like on my personal level, outside of everything that is happening, that is gonna affect me long term. It's like, I'm gonna wake up every day and know that, like, this mom and her unborn child and these 2 little girls are not around anymore, and it breaks my heart. It is so.
And it breaks my heart. It is so. She's trying to convince the investigator that what's really breaking her heart, no, it's not the fact that I'm not going to be with Chris anymore and, my name is going to get slandered and I'm going to have to go into hiding for the rest of my life. No, it's this mom and this baby and these girls are no longer around and it breaks my heart. Let's continue.
And then I have to think about, like, the consequences of his actions and how they affect everybody else. Like, all of her family's impacted. My name is about to be, like, slandered for probably a while. I don't know how long it's going to take to heal, but I would not be surprised.
Yeah, no shit, Nichol. Her family is impacted. Her family just lost their daughter and their grandchildren. Of course they're impacted. But then she goes into, me though. Oh, the family is impacted, but then me, my name is gonna get slandered and I'll never come out of hiding. It'll probably be a couple of years, more than that, Nichol. Newsflash, it's been almost 7 years and you're still in hiding. So much so that you had to change your name. Let's continue.
If it's going to be hard to go out in public sometimes for a couple of years, and that really hurts me. I'm just like, this is horrible.
Oh, this really hurts me that I can't go out in public anymore. This is horrible. Let's continue.
Horrible thing. Like, how dare you, and people aren't going to understand that. They're going to say, oh, you're the woman that had an affair with this man who took out his whole family. And I take a step back and it's just like,
she's saying people are not going to understand what I went through. They're just going to look at me and be like, oh, you're that woman who was with that man who took out his whole family. Ugh, feel sorry for me. How dare you? Ugh. She's playing the victim. It's so bad and cringy to watch how she's trying to get emotional over things that she doesn't actually care about. But then we see that there's actually some truth to her feeling bad about her having to go into hiding because she was with a married man and he murdered his entire family for her. Let's continue.
I didn't know. Like,
watch that again? Let's watch it again.
I take a step back and it's just like, I didn't know. Like, he's so disgusting. I'm so ashamed of him and everything. And he's just so disgusting. I'm so ashamed of everything, you know. Okay, let me know in the comments if you actually believe this performance. This is the absolute worst type of acting that I've seen anyone attempt. I'm saying anybody. She is acting like she's so hurt by all of it. But then what she does doesn't really match. It's not genuine. I am not convinced. I think this was a performance, a terrible one, but the acting does not match. It's not genuine at all. She's faking it and she's really bad at it. But I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video right here. This has been a really long video as well. We are at 1 hour, 38 minutes. So this is the end of part 3. If you haven't yet, you can watch part 1 and part 2 of me dissecting the first hour and a half of Nichol Kessinger's cringy interview. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so much to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate your support. I am here just making videos on Nichol Kessinger and just other cases that really catch my interest. I don't have the fancy camera setup or the expensive lights or the cool LED lights in my background, but here you are watching and supporting these videos, and I just want to say I really, really appreciate you guys. So thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. I'm not the type of person who's going to be like, smash the like button and subscribe. It does help. It does give me a lot of motivation to continue to make these videos and talk about all of these lies that Nichol Kessinger just spits out. So yeah, thank you all so much, and I will see you next time.